Hey everybody, it's Nate and Steph from Adventure in a Backpack. We broke down last week and we have a status update for you.
When we're not broken down, we travel full-time in our custom DIY camper van, having as many adventures as we possibly can. If this sounds like your kind of adventure, be sure to subscribe below and hit the notification bell.
So a little over a week ago, we were just outside of Bend, Oregon at a sweet little campsite that we had been doing some biking at, and we were about to go paddleboarding. It was actually on my birthday, and so we were driving down the road, and we were only literally a mile away from the campsite we were at. Heard a squeal, smoke started pouring out from under the hood. Basically a belt had broke, and we're like, well, we're only a mile from this campsite, let's reverse, just back up and try to get back into the campsite. So we got back into the campsite, we kind of figured out our problem, put out another video, you guys helped us diagnose it, all that kind of stuff. That night we didn't do anything else really other than just kind of looking at it and everything like that. The next day we got a tow truck ride, and they towed us to the mechanic.
So essentially what happened is the AC compressor seized up, then that caused the belt to break. The belt wrapped around the water pump pulley and melted that water pump pulley. So all of that happened, that all needed to be replaced. And of course, it was over the 4th of July holiday week/weekend. They were able to get the parts ordered, and we were supposed to be back in the van on Tuesday. So in that time period, obviously we live in the van, so we were out of a place to live. We ended up staying in a hotel for a couple of nights, and then we got a message from some of our followers, and they live in Bend and had an extra room for us. So they offered up their house to us to stay in their extra room, actually let us use their car as well, so we were super thankful for that. That saved us so much headache, so much money. Hotel rooms in Bend are not cheap at all, especially on a holiday weekend, so very, very grateful for that. It's always hard to accept such generosity from people that you've just met, but we were definitely thankful for it. We're still thankful for it.
So we moved over to their place on Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, we just kind of hung around the house. We worked a little bit, and that was pretty much the extent of that. So on Tuesday, they got all of the parts for the AC compressor, all the pulleys, the water pump, the belt, all that kind of stuff. That was on Tuesday. They weren't able to finish it on Tuesday. There was a small chance that they were going to be able to finish it on Tuesday, but that was kind of a super best case scenario kind of thing. So all the parts came in basically. They called us on Tuesday afternoon, but I had left my phone somewhere and they didn't have Steph's number, so oops. But they were calling to tell us some more bad news. But Tuesday, then Wednesday was actually the 4th of July, and so they weren't going to be working on the 4th of July. But thank goodness we had adventurous friends we were staying with to keep us busy. So one of the big saving graces for the week, honestly, was the couple that we were staying with. They were super outdoorsy and super adventurous, and we actually got up early on the 4th of July, and we went on a bike ride just outside of town. We rode through some lava bed fields, and we rode next to the Deschutes River, and all this kind of stuff. Super gorgeous area and absolutely fantastic bike riding. And then after that, we came back and we had some lunch and stuff, and then we went up paddleboarding. We went back up to the Deschutes River and we went paddleboarding. We paddled up we paddled up the river and then paddled around, and we found a little side pond kind of thing, and then paddled and then floated our way back out. And it was really a good escape for the little bit of a train wreck of the week that was going on.
On Thursday, we woke up thinking, great, today is the day that we'll pick up the van, right? Wrong. So we got a call from the mechanic on Thursday, and on Tuesday they had found some metal in the AC system.
So whenever the AC compressor seized up, it fractured something inside, and it sent metal fragments into the Freon and throughout the whole system. So there were metal fragments all throughout the entire AC system, and so they're going to have to totally clean that out. They're going to have to replace the dryer in the AC system, and basically they just had more work and more parts to order.
Luckily, even though the mechanic couldn't get a hold of us on Tuesday, he went ahead and ordered that part for us, so it was there on Thursday, thank goodness. Then on Friday, again, waking up in the morning thinking, great, today we will be able to pick up the van, we'll be able to head out, get out of Bend, and continue on our adventure.
Got a call about 11 o'clock on Friday, and they said that their mechanic had nicked the radiator with a tool or the compressor or something, I don't know. But anyway, they had made a mistake, and they had put a hole in our radiator. Obviously that sucks and everything like that, but they were covering it. They were going to cover the cost of the labor as well as a new radiator. and everything like that.
They ordered the radiator. It won't be until Monday. And then they'll be able to replace that and get it. Everything else is done. Everything else is good. They were able to run the van for a few minutes. Obviously, they can't run it for too long without a radiator, but they were able to run it, and everything's working fine from what they had replaced. So Monday, hopefully, is the day that we will be back in the van after they get that radiator replaced.
We've been staying with our friends for about a week at that point, and even though they've been super awesome and very, very generous in letting us stay with them.
You know, they had plans, we had stuff to do, so we decided to go ahead and get a hotel, and the mechanic was actually able to cover that for us. So we're very, very thankful for the mechanic for owning up to their mistakes in breaking a radiator, as well as putting us out of our van for another entire weekend. So
that's where we are now. We are in the hotel room. It is Sunday as we're videoing this, and hopefully tomorrow should be finished. Replacing the radiator is about a 2-hour job. The truck usually gets to the mechanic at about 11 o'clock or so. So we'll hopefully be out of here early tomorrow afternoon. That's the plan. Hope it goes right.
Shop just called. Our van is done. Finally. Going to pick it up. What do you think?
Right now. I was looking at our calendar this morning, and the last 2 weeks the calendar was saying driving from Oregon to Denver, and we were going to go through Montana, and we were going to go through some other awesome areas in Yellowstone and stuff like that, but that didn't happen. But Bend was an okay place to be stuck.
As of today, it has been 11 days that we've been without the van. That's tough. That's 11 days that we've been essentially homeless.
Too much.
Too much. Super sad. Pyrus is ready to be back in the van. Not as easy to lay down back here. Sparta doesn't care though. What do you think?
Good to go.
All fixed up?
I think so.
Yay! Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
How's it driving?
Like a dream.
Yes!